we've been saying for weeks, Clive, that it needed to change. We'd have perhaps liked a 4-3-3, but he went instead with a bit more of a defensive 4-2-3-1 with Maris and Clarke, before he got sent off, sat in front of the back four as the sort of deep lying playmakers. Then you've got your front three of Oates, Lapsley and Quinn, with obviously Hawkins at the top. I would have perhaps liked to have seen Johnson there instead of Hawkins, but I understood why, because of the height, the physicality. It gave us that other option to go long if we needed to win that ball in the air. But I hope we sticks with it, Alan, because I think, we mentioned him earlier, the likes of Tyrese Sinclair, who could potentially get game time now, Stirk as well, to come in. I think they will really suit that system. And actually, for the first time, Oates and Lapsley played well together. They've not done so far for me.
Well, I'd agree with Oates. I do like the looks of Oates. He's sharp, isn't he?
He's got pace to burn.
It doesn't look particularly fast, but once he starts, he can shift.
He moved into a better performance yesterday, I thought. Quietly. He took the goal away, but apart from that, his contribution was quite good.
Yeah. I thought he made a decent difference yesterday, and I would like to see both him and Lapsley, I mean, they might have to now, Lapsley start together.
And you've got, Charles Lee who can come in as well. Yeah. He can play in that role in front of the back four, Clive, but he can also play wide on that right-hand side, which then lets Oates go left to fill the gap void left by Quinn, or even, as a second striker, and be a little bit more fluid with it.
Well, if I'm understanding the world of diamonds properly, the idea of the diamond is you've got one player who's being a defensive member of that team, and another one who's a link player, is making the play in front of the midfield to link the forwards. And Laps is the obvious candidate for that one. I'm not so sure that our defensive value out of the diamond was there at all yesterday. And then we were left exposed. And that's why I personally like 4-3-3, because with 4-3-3 you can very quickly get five at the back, and also you've got that wing play when you need it. And they were playing down the wings again yesterday. We rarely got what we were looking for down there, and certainly the linear football, which we ended up doing for most of the game, didn't work.
It didn't, and I think that's why I was pleased to see us go with that new system and try that. But we went back into the old habits of once we sort of, we're pegged back to 1-1, and towards the end of the first half, we went back to that diamond a little bit. It didn't quite work. I like it when it's structured, because I honestly think that Tyrese Sinclair has got, a big season ahead of him, but he needs that chance, Alan. He needs that opportunity. And I think if he can play on the left-hand side of a attacking midfield three in a 4-2-3-1, he'll absolutely thrive there.
He will, and he gets free kicks as well, because he's so nippy in his trickery. I just hope that he plays against Walsall, because he's the ideal candidate.
I think
for me.
He will play against Walsall. I think we're running short of choices, and I don't want it to sound like it's as a result of default that he gets in the team. He warrants a place. He played well on Tuesday up at Harrogate for much of the time he was on the field. If anything, is a bit greedy occasionally. He doesn't part company with the ball too easily, but that's the guy's confidence, really. And he believes he can score with every free kick as well.
Now, this is a big opportunity for him, because, it's not just training this week he's got to impress. Tomorrow night at the One Course Stadium, Sunderland under-23s will be in town. Will you be behind the mic for that one, Alan?
No.
You're not going to be behind the mic for that one?
No,
will you be in attendance?
No, not tomorrow night. I've got other things on.
Oh, there you go. I'm
afraid.
Well, we've got a croc defender that can do it for you, haven't we?
Yes, that's it. No, that's it. That's what's happened.
It's
his opportunity tomorrow night. But in all seriousness, though, obviously the under-23s competition, we spoke about it a few weeks ago on the podcast. I'm delighted that we've entered this, because it's almost a similar competition in terms of who's eligible to play for it and the team we put out for it to the Papa John's Trophy. So it's given us that competitive reserve action we need. 6 games minimum, because in this competition you play home and away in your group stage. Sunderland under-23s up first. Sinclair, etc., played in the round previously. It's solved for the qualifying round. He'll no doubt play tomorrow night, along with the likes of James Clarke, maybe Nathan Kane, and probably George Shelby as well.
Law?
And Jason Law as well. Big opportunity for those players to stake a claim, isn't it?
Law performed very well at the end of last season when he was given a chance.
He's another midfielder, isn't he?
And I think, given what we've got now with the problems with missing midfielders, there's never been a better chance for him to stake a claim.
I think it'll be a big opportunity for all of them on tomorrow night, because also in that competition, you can have, I think it's 3 over-aged players, so over
3
20.
or 4?
I think it's 3 outfield over 23s, and then you can have a goalkeeper who was born before a certain date. So it's essentially 3 outfield, 1 goalkeeper. Over age. Shelby will play, no doubt, anyway, in goal.
I say it will give him confidence, hopefully.
Do you think that they'll put Bowery in as an over-age player?
Yes, I do, and I think he'll probably look at him at centre. I think he'll probably look at him either as an option centre forward, or I think he might look. And people might say that I'm being tongue in cheeky when I say it. I'm not. I think he might seriously have a look at the option of him at centre half.
Well, we've joked about it, but I mean, it's not completely out of the question. The guy's got physicality, he's got height. And he's not getting a game where he'd like to play, so why not?
Yeah, the opportunity is there. I mean, do you know what? As daft as this sounds, I can actually see logic in this, Alan, because what are we missing at the back? Experience. What has Jordan Bowery got? Experience.
Yeah.
What are we missing at the back? Height. What has Jordan Bowery got? Height. What are we missing at the back? Someone who can read the game. What can strike? Who better to stop a centre forward than a centre forward?
I would agree to a certain extent, but obviously he won't be playing tomorrow. But if worst comes to worst on Saturday, what about putting Hawkins at the side of Narty?
Well, Hawkins can play there, can't he?
He has played centre-half before.
And I actually think the whole reason of Jordan Bowery playing centre-back, I actually remember Nigel Clough's post-match after Hull, Clive, which was we had a few missing, didn't we? I think through injury or whatever, or COVID or whatever it was at the point. I think
they played the night before.
They had played the night before at Alfreton as well, yeah. And he ended up playing Bowery because Rawson played the night before at Alfreton, then played the next day. He played the first half at Hull because we were there. We watched it together, and then we were both saying at half time, weren't we, Al, about he's playing Bowery at centre back. And I can understand why now, because he wanted to form that partnership between Hawkins and Johnson. So perhaps if he wants to keep that throughout the season, why would he change his mind in September?
Yeah,
I think you've got an option of Bowery, and for me, if I were Bowery, I'd be thinking, do you know what? I'll take it on as a challenge because if it means I'm playing and means that I'm making a difference and contributing to the team, play me.
The only thing I worry about with Bowery is a tall lad, but he doesn't jump very well. You get smaller players like Danny Rose, when they jump, they double in height. And when Bowery jumps, he actually reduces in height. Whereas, Hawkins has got a natural airplay, as it were. But I think either of them are worthy of a place when we're desperately short of quality people.